This meeting is being live streamed. We are live.
And then I
You
got
did it.
it.
You did it. We're live already.
We're live. Oh, okay.
You did it. High five you.
Thank you, Michelle, through your great guidance. I would have never done that otherwise. And so then at the end, how do you end it? Just press end.
So you see up the top, it's got live on Facebook and there's a little down arrow.
Yeah.
You click on the down arrow, it'll say stop.
Oh, stop streaming. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. I've learned another thing. You have taught me so much. I cannot believe it. I can get into the back end of my Facebook, my Zoom. I've changed all these things. Your instructions are fantastic.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad.
It's so clear.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Okay, sorry, everyone. We're not here for my Facebook teachings. But
welcome, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday live. Life's Better Together with Angie and Michele. It's so wonderful to see you here. And wonderful, another, it's actually a really nice day in Canberra today, Ange. It is cold outside, so I'm not going outside. However, the sky's blue.
It's all look, that is one thing about Canberra. It is always so beautiful. And I have to say, for all us little Sydney-siders today, even though we're in lockdown, the weather is magnificent today. It's absolutely beautiful.
Awesome.
I think there might be, there's still a bit of a blowy breeze outside. However, it's still nice to go for a little walk.
Oh my goodness, I'm so looking forward to the end of winter. I've got to the point where now enough is enough. We've laughed about it, we've joked about it. Now's the time for it to warm up.
You do have a few more months in winter in Canberra. Canberra is cold. It is just so cold. I was talking to the kids this morning and they were telling me as they were going to work how cold it was. But Canberra is beautiful because there's always a blue sky.
Yeah.
There's always a blue sky, although I have heard lately it's been a little bit grey. But it is one of the prettiest places you'll ever live.
It is. I was actually driving home from an event last night and I was driving across the lake, across King's Bridge, I think it is.
Yeah.
And just looking either side and I'm just like, this place is absolutely gorgeous. If it could be warmer, I think we'd settle here.
I think everyone would settle there if it was warmer.
Yeah.
The key to Canberra is dressing correctly.
Oh,
so as long as you've got a good coat, your good thermals, you're actually very comfortable. But I think where Canberra becomes uncomfortable is that you're not dressed correctly because it is cold. It is so cold. I do not miss those cold winds off the mountains. Oh, they just go through you. Even when my daughter was talking to me this morning, she said, "Oh, Mum, the wind's out." I'm like, "Oh, I can still remember that feeling where you run the bin down and then you come back and you're like an icicle."
Yes, absolutely.
So, Michelle, you have your cuppa?
I do. I've got a different cup today. I've got my red cup today.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice. And we could get going on our sense of belonging, and we are doing today belonging about self. Yes. About how important it is to, when we're going out, to have that sense of belonging in a community or in a family. Where do we belong in ourselves? So what would you love to share on that, Michelle?
Well, I guess, there's a number of times throughout your life where you're really kind of working out who you are, what's valuable to you, and how you want to present to the world, how you want to interact with people. And I guess, the typical time is as a teenager where everything's kind of changing, your body's changing, the hormones are affecting your thoughts, like the way you think and see things. And there's so much, pressure at school to fit in and all of that sort of thing. So that's a really big change. But I found after my marriage broke down to my kid's dad, I didn't really know, because I've tried a few personas on while we were married, because we got together when I was about 17. And so I tried a few personas on and once we split up, it was kind of like, well, who am I?
Oh, God, yes.
I don't really know who I am on my own.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got two littlies now, and happy birthday to my big boy. He's 29 today. So
happy birthday.
It's
so nice.
A bit of an emotional kind of thinking back that this little baby that made me a mum is now 29, and he's 6 foot something, and he's just gorgeous. Anyway, knowing that I had 2 children and being a mother, where does that fit in with me and who I am? And is it everything I am? Is it part of who I am? Like, yeah. And I think that was a really confusing time of trying to work out, well, who am I standing alone as a single entity, as a single person, even though I've got two children? That
Yeah.
was tough, and I don't think I really worked it out until I was probably mid-30s. I think it took me a good 10 years to, and to be quite honest, I'm still working it out.
Yeah, I
There
think
are
we're all
times,
working it out. I think we're all working it
yeah,
out.
there are times where I still look at things and go, how does that sit with me? Am I okay with that, or am I not okay with that?
Yeah.
And yeah, but I think the most confusing time, I think, was when was after divorce.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? And is it that we lose that sense of belonging? Because I like the way you were identifying as a teenager that, whether you wore something and someone said something, or you tried a new outfit and someone said, you tried a new hairdo and someone said, and that's whether it gave you confidence. And what gives you confidence? Well, someone accepting you, someone going, oh, that's cool, that's great.
Yeah.
But if you are on the other flip side of people ostracize you, I think your light just went out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you're ostracized for it, then you lose that sense of belonging. And like, let's face it, often those places where you were estranged from a group, they were your biggest gift. They were not your group anyway. They weren't the people that really were, building you up. I think, that sense of belonging really comes from, I can be myself. I can laugh and you can laugh with me, not at me.
Yeah.
And I think that's where that sense of belonging, it all starts with self, where you actually start to look at the things that you like. You're actually not doing things for everybody else. Like, as you were saying, as a mother, you were doing everything for your husband, for your children, but you had forgotten to maybe go to a photography course or go to bike riding, something that actually feeds your soul. So maybe that sense of belonging to self is identifying what is going to make you feel belonging within yourself. And I think after any major change in life, that takes practice and effort.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of practice and a lot of effort, because you've got to go into places where you do feel nervous, and then all of a sudden you realize that you are totally accepted for who you belong. And again, I know you and I are constantly talking about the My Vibe and the business at breakfast. I think anyone that comes there feels that they are completely accepted, warts and all. Doesn't matter what you say. Like, how many times have people said, oh, I shouldn't have said that? We're like, no, you're fine. That's good.
Absolutely.
That's just clear on the deck. You're just clear on the deck.
Absolutely. And I guess it's an opportunity. And for some people, they go into risk-taking behavior because they're trying to sort out, is this me? How does this fit with me? And, risk-taking behaviors. So whether it's gambling or illicit drugs or
getting a whole heap of tattoos.
Yeah. Whereas other people other people will withdraw, whereas other people will, for whatever reason, they have that confidence that they just keep trying. They just keep knocking at the door to see.
The thing is, keep trying. Do you know something that you and I were having a conversation yesterday, having a little catch up, and something, the most valuable thing that I loved what you said was, you said to me, it's like a motorbike. Like, you've got to try the Harley Club, the Ducati Club, the BMW Club, and then you find something that resonates with you. Yeah. But then when you're in the BMW Club, there's like 10 clubs in there. Yeah. With people with all different sets of values, and you're looking for those people that are same but different. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
does it make sense?
Absolutely.
And so I think today's call is really about, if you don't have that sense of belonging at the moment, we've all felt lost. We've all felt lonely. We've all felt we don't belong in the family. We don't belong in we don't belong at work. We're feeling that disconnect. And I think today is all about finding that connection within yourself.
Yes. And
going back to what do you really love? Yeah. If you find what you love, you will naturally be at a different vibration, and you will be with other people that are doing what they love. But if you are feeling lost and lonely all the time, unfortunately, this is what you draw into your life.
Yeah, that's a really valuable point. I think that, what you focus on, where your focus goes, the energy flows.
It
And
grows.
yeah. So, even if, you're right into Ducatis and you go to the Ducati group in this particular suburb and it's not quite the people that you're looking for, try another group. If you like motorbike riding and that sort of thing, try another group. But yeah, and I think that's important, because it does take courage when you're
It takes so much courage. Oh God, it takes. And you and I have both been at that vulnerable point where really giving up was easier than going forward.
Yes. Heck yes.
And it's incredibly painful when you've been ostracized from a family or a group. It's like your whole world falls apart because you think there's something wrong with you, but really you were never vibrating at the right. You didn't have enough in common. You were there for either a bloodline, you were there because you had nowhere else to belong.
Yes.
But really in both of those spaces, you were giving yourself up because you couldn't be yourself anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
So you were depleted already. You were depleted already going to these groups, but that sense of belonging is so strong that, and it's all that, obviously gathering food. It's easier if you gather food in a group. So it's probably very old and innate in us that, to hunt it's easier in a group. I think there's lots of layers to this. But really, I think what we're really encouraging anyone out there today is go back and see if you like motorbike riding, and if you do, go try some clubs. And not that I'm a motorbike rider, and I don't think you are either, but I thought it was a good metaphor. That really find out what you love. What are your values? What is something that really makes you tick? And then go try it on, because these are going to be your people. These are going to be the people that can love you warts and all, that can accept you for who you are, that they're going to laugh with you, not at you.
Yeah. And I guess one piece of advice that I would offer on that is, often when you go, the first time you go, it's really quite awkward because you don't know anyone and, all of that sort of thing. Chances are everyone's being really friendly and that sort of thing, but you still feel a bit awkward. So I would always say to someone, try it out a couple of times, go.
My thing's always try 3 times.
Yeah, try it 3 times. And if it's still not fitting, if it's still not sitting and fitting right with you, move on. It's all good.
So I think what we're really, what we have found valuable is that we challenged our beliefs.
Yes.
So you need to challenge that belief that I'm not enough to belong anywhere, or that I'm lost and lonely. You've got to challenge it, and it's almost, the words are, what else? What else is there for me? How can I take those steps to fit in? How can I be with people who I truly love and they truly love me? Because there's no point being with people that you're the only giver and that you're not receiving. And we've all done that as mothers, and we're probably all taken as well. Like, we're not perfect. We're not perfect people.
Oh gosh, no. Yeah.
But I just really think it takes a lot of, I remember it used to take a massive amount of effort. And I mean, you and I are both extroverts. So that's, if we're finding it a lot of effort, imagine the poor introverts. They must find it like, oh my God. But we're encouraging you to do it. We're encouraging you to go out and find people that really love you. And that could just mean 3 people. I think people think they have to be a part of these big, hundreds of people at the Rotary Club or I think also you need to try and find that vibration of what suits you. Because I personally don't like really big groups. I like more intimate groups. What about you, Michelle? What do you like?
Same, Ange. I'm absolutely vibrating on that same level. I find big groups overwhelming. The noise is what I can't tune into individual people with all the noise. So I like smaller, intimate groups where you can actually have a conversation and get to know someone and really listen to them.
Nice.
That's the bit I like. And I think with belonging, what's coming to me as we're chatting is the need to really know your values.
I love that. Yeah.
And, knowing your values, because it takes a long time, I think, to as you age and as you mature. So going from a child to a teenager to a young adult and then through, I think it takes a while to work out what your values are and what's really important to you, because I think you take on everybody else's values that have been important in your life. And then it's kind of like, well, that actually doesn't sit well with me. So, And that's part of, I guess, finding out who you are, isn't it? And belonging to
100%.
yourself, and knowing what your values are and how you display them, what behavior reflects your values. I think once you've got that worked out and you're living in alignment with your values, oh my gosh, it's so much easier to do everything else, because you've got that confidence in who you are.
Well, life gets easier because you're with the right people. But I think and we've got to also be very mindful that when we're stepping out to heal and that we're stepping out to receive those new beliefs, what's actually really required is, I forgot what I was going to say.
What's really required is a memory.
No, but I thought what's really required is that you I can't remember. Oh, I know what it was. Is that you stop judging other people.
Oh, yes.
I always think that that's right, what's required, because I think if you're coming from that space all the time, that is so funny. That is like, I feel like I'm in a class running one of my, and I go, girls, what was I saying? Because it's in two different parts. That I think when we can accept others also, because remember, when you're going into that energy of judgment of people all the other time, people can feel that.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Where if you're going in accepting them for their views and their values, you can be accepted for your views and values.
Yeah.
Which I know, again, we are a part of two amazing networking groups which display that and do it very, very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. And yeah,
you like live.
You crack me up. So there's a few changes happening, Ange, that we were going to talk about. For those who don't know, Ange has morphed into becoming the Bling Archangel.
Oh, the Archangel. I don't know if I'm an Archangel. Might have my halo around my neck.
And she's
so cute.
And she's developing her Bling Angels.
I am. So. I am going to step away from coaching completely in my 12-week courses, and we are going to have 12 beautiful angels. We have 10 at the moment, and we have 10 beautiful angels, of which Michele is one of our gorgeous Bling Angels. And how that works is that people can come along, and if you are feeling lost, or you're feeling really lonely and you would like to get that sense of belonging, all the angels would be able to help you. And Michele, of course, is going to be, her sessions are going to be about success and about clarity. And like Michele, that's just such a wonderful space that you're playing in. It's very deep.
Yeah, and the bit I love, Ange, is that out of all the girls that I've met that are becoming Bling Angels, we all do something different. So we all support
everyone plays in a different space. Yep. So we have, Becca McFarlane's doing career coaching. We have gorgeous Alison, who is dropping into the space of self-love. Like, no one could teach self-love better than Alison. She has just done the work. As you have for clarity and success, as Beck has for
career coaching.
And then beautiful Gina Cullen. I mean, my goodness. I mean, she's doing relationship coaching. She just brings it all together. So I think it is really lovely if people don't have that belonging at work, or belonging within themselves, or belonging of where they're going next. I think that is actually one of your biggest skills, is that you can see and you can help people go where they need to go next. I feel, Michele, you offer this beautiful path. And it's just a path that you have these lovely stepping stones that it's safe for people to pop on.
Yeah, and I guess what I try to do with people is say, okay, well, this is where you're at.
Mm.
Where is it that you're going?
Definitely.
I've heard it said to me a number of times that depression doesn't like a moving target.
Oh, I love that saying.
Action, helps you to move along.
It does.
And it's very generalistic.
But still, it's valid. It's very, very valid.
Absolutely. So coming out of depression and that sort of thing, having action steps to take really helps you to understand yourself, helps you to develop the new person that you're turning into. And so, I really like to meet people where they're at.
Yeah.
And then get some action, happening. And so even if it's small steps.
Well, I think small steps are the best place to start, aren't they? You know, that
Absolutely.
they are definitely the place to start. And it's just if you want to identify where you are and then take those
Yeah.
steps forward. And I know that you've already successfully had some Bling Angel sessions with people,
Yeah.
and that they were very, very successful, because one person actually contacted me
Oh,
and
that's
said
so
how
awesome.
amazing they love. I know, it
Oh,
was
that's
so great.
awesome.
But I just,
Oh, that's
you know,
great.
and I suppose it's all what we're creating here is still back to that
Yeah,
sense of belonging. Because as you're talking
absolutely.
about depression, depression's about not feeling you belong and you're not valued
Yes.
anywhere. So,
Yes.
you know, I think that Bling Angels definitely can give that step. I'd also like just to mention that we have our gorgeous Janita, who is going to be helping teenagers.
Yes.
Now, that's going to be absolutely amazing on so many levels. We have beautiful Ange, who is helping with transformation when you're wanting to take those steps forward. She wrote me a beautiful bio this morning, and it was all about transformation from the bottom to the top. How
Yeah.
she wrote it was really, really lovely. And then we have Emma and Jess. And Emma and Jess are, as you know, very successful hairdressers in Canberra. She has
Yeah.
an amazing salon, and I won't reveal what they're doing, because they'll sort of, I think they want to keep it a surprise until they're certified.
Sure.
And who else do we have on there at the
There's
moment, Michelle?
Julia,
Oh,
our
beautiful Julia,
international bling babe.
our Frenchie. We have our Frenchie. I'm just going to pull everyone up because I would really be upsetting. Oh, yeah. Okay. We have our beautiful Julia, who does oils, and she really creates a heartfelt space. Absolutely
Yes.
beautiful. She does a lot of meditations. And then we mustn't forget our lockdown cell.
Oh,
We
look,
have
that's
Sally. Oh, my
from
goodness.
Melbourne.
From Melbourne. I mean, my goodness, she could make you feel like you belong in her bubble just there. Like, I think
Absolutely.
everyone is so talented, and you know, I know that our mission is to heal hearts all over the world, help you find your purpose and passion, help you find where you belong and where you would like to
Yeah.
be. You know, it's
Yeah.
really, and so it all falls into belonging. So thanks for bringing that up. I didn't know we were going to
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the Bling Angels, but it is really lovely for people to know that
Yeah.
there are people out there that really can give you the tools. And
Yeah.
I know in the next 3 weeks it'll be all up on the Bling website, all the Bling Angels offering their one-on-ones, and they'll be specialising in something that they have truly jumped through the hoop.
Yeah.
They've actually done the work. They've
Yeah.
done the work, because anyone can read a book, but if you've actually gone out and lived it, it makes a huge difference. It's like, I know you and I were talking about before how we really felt that we didn't belong in our families, in our community, and we needed to do the work to find the places that we did belong in. And
Yeah.
it does take effort and practice. It really wasn't easy. It's not smooth,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Absolutely not smooth. It's a rather bumpy road.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be if you get some help. Do you know, like if you find the right support and find that net that really can catch you, it's amazing how it stops being clunky. All of a sudden, that you can develop a rhythm, and you can get momentum, and you can
And you
feel
get that
heard,
confidence, don't you? You get that confidence. You feel heard. You
confidence.
feel accepted. You've got that confidence to move forward.
Mm.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome, and I really love that you're putting this together, because I really, as you were talking there, it really does. For everyone that we help, it's about belonging to themselves, belonging to their choice of community, family, etc. And whether it be the workplace, whether it be at home, whether it be, intimately with themselves, it is all about belonging.
And I think you just mentioned a good point with themselves, because I think once you have been fractured and disconnected from yourself for so long because of either a family disconnect, a friend, a husband, whatever it is, going back to just healing and building the pieces of belonging to yourself will actually put you in the space that you're going to find people that are right for you, that are going to accept you completely. I know that in our Bling Angel circle, everyone just feels like we're all best friends straight away. Is it always going to be smooth? No, it's not. But we have that connection and that respect for one another that everyone wants to work through to build a better life for everyone around them, and themselves. We are very much we're nurturing others and ourselves, not just giving ourselves up everywhere.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point, because it is really part of how can we help others? How can we heal hearts all over the world?
Heal hearts all over the world. That's what Bling's about. Healing hearts all over the world.
Yeah, it's an exciting journey. And
it is an exciting journey, and you've been a tremendous inspiration to us all the way after our first training session. Out your own, I'm like, oh God, I love this. I love just jump in, try to. Well, it's about making yourself vulnerable, which is again that sense of belonging. You need to, and we would feel if it's not the right fit, so we can make that adjustment. Yes. Move from the BMW to the Ducati. Yeah. That's such a good metaphor. I really liked that metaphor. Loved it. But Michele, what would be your hottest tip about belonging before we have to go?
Well, I come back to give yourself the grace to learn your values and learn what's important to you. And it does take trial and error. It does take trial and error. It takes error. It takes trying out different personas and all of that sort of thing. But don't be afraid to experiment. Every day is a new day to be a new you, and learning what your values are. So going through that process to learn what your values are will give you that intrinsic love of self and confidence of self.
Yeah.
And and you're in a position to offer more to the world.
I love that. And as you build you, I think my tip would be is people will fall away.
Yes.
And that's okay. Don't be like, you can still love them. You can still just love them and let them go, because they will come back at the right time. But if you're really going to rebuild that self-worth and love for self again, things are going to change, but they will change for the better. And I think both of you and I can express that. Yeah, 100%. Just keep going. Don't go back to the bitching and whining. Yeah. Every time you do that, let it go. Let go the loneliness and the hurt. And, because we all know that only hurt people hurt people. That's so if you're around a lot of people that are hurting you, they are hurt themselves. I know that was when I heard that, when that fell on my ears, years ago, when a family member came and told me that, we were having nothing to do with you anymore. I thought, God, how awful are you? I've just lost my father. And you think that you want to add more pain to my household. Like, I thought, that is bizarre. After all it was very bizarre. You can't make sense of some things. My father used to say, you can't make sense of crazy, so don't worry about it. But how for people to have no awareness of someone's pain, how hurt are they? Yeah. And always remember, people are doing you a favour. If you're being propelled to go another direction, they're doing you the biggest favour. And you'll realise that your essence and their essence were not meant to work anyway. Yeah. Absolutely. Is now a good time to draw a card, Ange? Oh, sure. I'd love to. Okay. What colour do you feel like today?
I would like a gold light card today, please.
And let's see. All right. So how about we do the inspiration first? Because this is all about the wise owl, and it's nice because the gold light are the I am. All right. Could you share with me when you would like me to stop shuffling?
Now, please.
And our card today is direction is so much more important than speed. That's quite appropriate for what we're talking about today.
I love how when we pull these out.
I know. Can you see that clearly?
Yeah. Cool. I just love how it applicable is, because that's what we're talking about, direction and belonging to yourself and that sort of thing. Take your time, learn who you are, learn your values. People are going to drop off, all of that sort of thing. You don't have to do this fast. Just take your time and be authentic to yourself. I think
the big clue here is that when life has changed, whether it be the divorce or whether it be work or whether it be the family, look at it as a gift to get to know yourself more.
Oh, yes.
And take that time before you jump anywhere else, because what's coming into your life is so enchanting, and you will be cherished. But it all starts with coming back to you first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but I was trying to think that your life will be so much more enriched, but I don't know. It's an enrichment. Does that make sense, Michele?
Well, I think, yeah. You need
What
to
am I
know,
trying to say? I'm trying to say that it's going to be so much richer.
yeah, you need to know yourself first to develop that rich life.
Because you've given yourself up for so long,
Yeah.
and you've not spoken when you'd like to speak, and there were so many things you didn't do.
Yeah.
I'll get you to tell me when again.
Okay. Now, please.
All right, Michele, your beautiful energy came through. Oh my goodness, I love this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I am appreciated.
Woohoo!
Now, how good is that?
Oh, that's lovely. And that is a really good reminder.
That is a great reminder. I am appreciated. If you said that for 24 hours, I'm appreciated, I'm appreciated, I'm appreciated. Could you imagine what would flow into your life?
Oh,
and
absolutely.
this, you are going to be appreciated where you belong.
Yes. Yes.
And you're not appreciated where you don't belong.
That's right. That
so
is.
How good is that?
That's awesome.
Oh, good energy, Michele. I with you when I said that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing again with us this morning, and I actually haven't kept an eye on Facebook. I don't know if there were comments there.
Don't worry. I'm not very, I couldn't, there's no way I'd be able to
go back and look at them. I'll go back and look at them.
I always love my time with you, Michele. Oh my God, I love your energy and I love the way you think and I love the heart space you come from. So all I can do is say thank you, thank you, thank you.
And straight back at you, Ange. Straight back at you.
It's going to be so good. And we are still going to continue on our belonging because we're loving this belonging thing. I really think that. And if you have any questions, pop your questions below and Michele and I will do our best to answer them. And if ever we couldn't, we will find the answer for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're here to help.
We are definitely here to help. And remember that, you offer all these wonderful sessions now. Not only do you have Bling Angel sessions, you also have your coaching packages. So, reach out to Michele. If something has resonated with you today and you haven't felt that you're belonging and you would like some great tools and strategies, I encourage you to reach out to Michele.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. And we'll see you again next week.
See you next week. Bye now.
Bye.